Peace be upon you. Friends, you are watching Islamic streams. Certainly, the Green Dome is the dome that resides in the hearts of Muslims around the world. After the House of Allah, the Kaaba, this is the second most sacred place, and there isn't a Muslim in the world who doesn't long to visit the Green Dome and the blessed grave of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. Beneath this Green Dome, established over the blessed chamber of the beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, what actually lies inside? Many stories circulate regarding this. Often, fake pictures surface on the internet, with various types of graves being shared on social media under the name of the Prophet's grave. People, without verifying, share these images in emotional excitement, uttering Mashallah, Subhanallah, and forwarding them. Sometimes, a picture of a person is shared with claims that he is a servant of the Prophet, tasked with cleaning the blessed grave. A few days ago, a video went viral on social media showing that Saudi officials had opened the Prophet's chamber on the 12th of Rabiul Awwal for the Chechen president, Ramzan Kadyrov. In the video, he can be seen clinging to the curtain, crying, and sending blessings and salutations upon the Prophet. This scene was widely shared on social media, with the claim that for the first time in history, the Prophet's chamber had been filmed, and people were urged to strengthen their faith by watching it. Although the video is real, the extent of its truth will be revealed further in this video. But friends, the reality is that all of these claims are baseless and false, and those spreading such rumors are only playing with your emotions for a few likes or views. They make themselves and you sinful because this is a sin that you are helping to spread, leading others into error. Remember, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Whoever attributes to me something I did not say should make his abode in hell." So what is the truth? What is actually inside the Prophet's chamber? Can anyone really reach the blessed grave of the Prophet, peace be upon him? Some time ago, the Saudi government not only answered these questions, but also shared images of the interior to put an end to the fabricated stories that have been misleading Muslims over time. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that the graves of prophets are made where they pass away. Since the Prophet, peace be upon him, passed away in the room of Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, he was buried there. Later, Abu Bakr Siddiq, may Allah be pleased with him, and Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, were also buried in the same place. Therefore, inside the Prophet's chamber, there are 3 graves. So the first point is that any image showing only one grave cannot possibly be the grave of the Prophet, peace be upon him, since 3 graves are located together. But the truth is that no image of the Prophet's grave exists in the world today. This is because, for the last 5 centuries, no one has been able to reach the Prophet's grave. And before that, there was no camera to capture any image. The blessed chamber, which contains the graves of the Prophet, peace be upon him, and his companions Abu Bakr and Umar, is surrounded by a wall. Furthermore, an additional wall surrounds this wall, which is pentagonal in shape, built by Umar bin Abdulaziz, may Allah have mercy on him. He made it 5-sided to ensure that it didn't resemble the Kaaba. Surrounding these 5-sided walls is yet another 5-sided enclosure, which is covered with a large curtain. None of these walls have doors, meaning no one can enter inside. Those visiting the Prophet's chamber can only reach the curtain covering the 5-sided walls, as seen in the viral video of the Chechen president. When visitors stand before the golden grills of the Prophet's chamber to offer salutations, they can only see the curtain hanging over the walls of the chamber. Between the visitors offering salutations and the blessed graves of the Prophet, peace be upon him, and his companions, there is a distance of just a few yards, but within these few yards there are about 4 walls. The first is the wall with the golden grills, then the 5-sided wall, followed by another 5-sided wall, and finally the original wall of the Prophet's house, where his chamber was located. No one has been able to enter beyond these walls in the last 13 centuries, except on 2 occasions. Once during the era of Umar bin Abdulaziz, may Allah have mercy on him, when his servant entered, and the second time in 881 AH, when the famous historian Al-Samudi claimed he entered. During the reign of Nuruddin Zangi, may Allah have mercy on him, when some Jews tried to tunnel into the Prophet's grave to steal his body, a lead wall was built, but this wall was underground, not around the chamber. However, even at that time, it was not confirmed that anyone saw the grave itself. From 91 AH until 881 AH, a period of almost 8 centuries, no one has been able to see the Prophet's grave. After this, in 881 AH, due to the deterioration of the walls of the chamber, they were rebuilt. Al-Samudi, who was present in Medina at the time, participated in the reconstruction. He writes that on the 14th Shaban, 881 AH, the 5 walls were completely demolished, and it was discovered that the inner walls had cracks, so they were also brought down. He says that for the first time I saw the sacred chamber, and I was permitted to enter. I smelled a fragrance unlike anything I had ever experienced in my life. I respectfully offered salutations to the Prophet, peace be upon him, and his 2 companions. The chamber was square-shaped, with 4 walls made of black stones, like the walls of the Kaaba. There was no door on any of these walls. My full attention was focused on the 3 graves, not wanting to waste a single moment. The 3 graves were almost level with the ground, with one spot slightly raised, perhaps the grave of Umar. May Allah be pleased with him. Ordinary soil was spread over the graves. 5 centuries have passed since this, and no one has entered those walls since then. Al-Samudi describes the floor of the Prophet's chamber as being made of red sand, lying about 60 centimeters below the floor of the Prophet's mosque. A wooden ceiling, resembling a mesh, was installed in place of the original roof. Above this wooden ceiling, a small dome was constructed 8 meters in height, which still exists directly beneath the green dome today. Al-Samudi passed away in 911 AH, and since 881 AH or 1477 CE, no one has been able to visit the Prophet's grave for over 5.5 centuries. After hearing all this, a common Muslim might wonder why this is so. Why not remove all these barriers or walls and open the Prophet's grave for every Muslim to visit? The answer is that this was the Prophet's own wish as he prayed to Allah. O Allah, do not let my grave become a place of worship. This was something he himself asked of Allah, and it was granted to him. But why? So that Muslims wouldn't turn the Prophet's grave into a place of worship like the Jews and Christians did with the graves of their prophets. Look around today. What isn't happening at the tombs of famous saints and scholars? Haven't misguided Muslims turned these graves into places of worship and requests? Now imagine if the Prophet's grave, belonging to the one whose status surpasses all humans and prophets, was open to the public. Would it not have become a place of worship for misguided people? The Prophet, peace be upon him, foresaw this, and the wisdom behind it is clear to us today. May Allah grant us understanding and the ability to act righteously. Ameen. O Allah, Lord of all the worlds, the one who grants sustenance and success to whomever He wills, I ask you by your beautiful names and your majestic attributes to grant me abundant, halal, and blessed wealth, and to bestow upon me success in all my endeavors, both in this world and the hereafter. O Allah, you are the one who gives without measure, you are the sustainer of the heavens and the earth, and you are the provider for all your creations. I ask you to provide for me from sources I cannot imagine, and to bless me with wealth that is pure and lawful. Make me among those who earn and spend in your path, and make my wealth a means of good for myself, my family, and the community around me. O Allah, I ask you for ease in my affairs, barakah, blessings in my work, and guidance in my decisions. Grant me wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to achieve success in all that I set out to do. Protect me from failure, hardship, and disappointment. O Allah, grant me the strength, patience, and perseverance to face the challenges that come my way, and let every challenge bring me closer to you and increase me in my reliance upon you. O Allah, you are the bestower of success and achievement. Make me successful in all my undertakings, be they big or small. Bless my efforts, make them fruitful, and protect me from arrogance, pride, and forgetfulness of you in times of success. O Allah, let my success not lead me away from your remembrance, and protect me from greed, selfishness, and misuse of the blessings you bestow upon me.